Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Reckless Paradise podcast. I am your co-host Dystro, and I am not with Marissa tonight because she's a little bit under the weather again. Uh, 2024 has not been a good year for her so far, but I have decided to carry on the reins for right now until she gets better. So hopefully she'll get better by the Easter Sunday episode. But with that being said, welcome to tonight's episode. We are doing another breakdown episode. Now, we are doing a Simple Plan album, and it's called Get Your Heart On. Uh, this album came out in 2011, 2012. It's probably 2012. And this album was not very, it's not bad, and it's not good, but when I gave it a second chance, second time around, I really enjoyed it, and we're gonna be breaking down each song, uh, if I have notes, which I do, um, and we rank them from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and we have an overall rating, and we will see what those overall ratings will be. So, with that being said, let's get right on into it. All right, so the first track is called "You Suck at Love." Now, this song, it's actually kind of bittersweet for some of us, because last month was Valentine's Day and all that stuff, and it's like some of us we kind of suck at love. I mean, let's be honest here, guys. Um, but it the song itself, it's a really good song. Um, I found like a little tidbit here. It's like it portrays a bitter and disillusioned perspective on a failed relationship. Now, probably Marissa, if she was here, she would probably go into that a little bit more. But if you can recall back to our one of our many shoot the shit episodes, she has talked about her failed relationship with a certain someone that we've talked shit about on this channel before. That was that would probably be a prime example. Um, and also not throwing shade at Marissa. I love you. Love you. Wish you the best of luck getting better. Um, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, whereas she gave it a 10 out of 10. And I guess she kind of like gave it that rating because she feels more um, sympathetic with it, and she can relate to that song. Whereas like I can't really. That's why I kind of put it on like 8.5. She would probably hate me for that, but it's my rankings too. So um, all right, track number 2. It is called "Can't Keep My Hands Off You." Now, this song is very upbeat. This whole album at the time was kind of them breaking into more of a pop sensation sort of like era of their music careers. Like within like '09, you had self-titled, which they were kind of diving into more pop stuff. But it's like when it's like 2012, it's like it's like it's pop everything. So like you have like Pink, Katy Perry, and all that stuff, like Metro Station and all that stuff. So it also has Rivers Cuomo from Weezer on it, which it's it was very kind of a unusual cameo, to say the least. Um, this song is about the time in a relationship when the couple is all over themselves and can't stop expressing their love for each other. Um, Self-explanatory kind of track right there, and is also featured on the movie Prom from Disney from 2012, which I mean that's not really a shocker. Um, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed this song because it was like one of the Simple Plan songs that I had never really listened to before, and I was like, okay, I was like, oh, it's Simple Plan and all that stuff, and then like it was usually like on repeat for me sometimes, like multiple days a week. I don't ever get sick of that song. She gave it a 9 out of 10. I mean, to be fair, it's like it's not really memorable for her. Which I mean, we'll get to one of them later on. It is very very memorable for her. All right, so track number 3 is Jet Lag. Jet Lag, and um, this one is like another one of those like pop kind of songs too. Is very is very with the times, I should say, if I can say that. Um, it also has a female singer onto this one, Natasha Bedingfield, which is a really credible singer. Um, excuse me. Um, this song was being written as a duet between a boy and a girl. Simple Plan got inspired by their own relationships. Now, like some of the Simple Plan boys, like they're always on the road. They're always on like planes going from to and far to different states, countries, whatever have you. And it's like they tried to like they're trying to like like with their own relationship is kind of like trying to make it work sort of thing. I think this whole album as a whole, I think as a whole, it's probably has to do with like a lot of relationship stuff, and it has to do with a lot of love related stuff too, which I kind of like figured that out now. um, but I gave it a 9 out of 10. She gave it a 9 out of 10. Which I mean, we're on the same track there. Um, it's like one of those songs. Like again, it's not bad. It's really really good. Um, so now on to track number 4, Astronaut. Now, I will literally say this song it hits so different because it is like it kind of pulls at the heartstrings a little bit. Um, and it's like I think that song Astronaut it's just really it's very impactful, I should say. Um, because like some of the lyrics is like can anybody hear me, am I talking to myself, my mind is running empty in this search for someone else. And it's like it kind of helps like try to like reach out to somebody being like are you out there, what I'm saying. But the meaning of this, like I went online and did some research and all that stuff, and Pierre and Chuck, who is the drummer of the band, summed up the meaning of astronaut very well in the following quotes. So this is what Pierre had to say. Lyrically, the song is about feeling like an astronaut on this planet. Basically feeling like even though you're surrounded by people, that you feel like you're walking the earth like you're all alone. Because you have no one to relate to, and you have no one that kind of sees the world that you do. But then this is what Chuck had to say. My hope is that when the Simple Plan fans hear this song, they will feel like they're not alone. That they'll feel the sense of community. A lot of people feel the same way, and we're all in this together, and we just connect together. It's a song about wanting to connect with other people and who feel the same way that you do. Like who are like you. And I think that's a very universal desire of people to find people who share the same life vision that we do. I mean, both sentiments or both statements um, kind of hit that like on the head. Um, it kind of feels like like calling back to the lyrics as well. It's like they're trying to spread a message like you're not alone on this earth. There's a lot of people that do love you. Um, it kind of like calls back to um, save you from self-titled. It's about like dealing with like people, a person going through cancer and all that stuff, and saying like, I wish I could be there to save you, and there's so many things that I want you to know. Um, and it's like one of those songs that's very very impactful, and it's like you could probably take this with like a grain of salt. Um, I mean Chuck and Pierre, like they usually like help kind of write some of the lyrics and all that stuff too. Chuck, saying about like it's a song about wanting to connect with other people who feel the same way that you do, and I kind of like that. Man, Chuck and Pierre, like they're like the whole band as a whole, like they're like the purest souls on this earth, and it's like we do not deserve them. Um, but it's like we do in the same sentiment. We both gave this song a 10 out of 10. Which I mean that's no brainer there. Um, but yeah, okay. So track number 5, Loser of the Year. Okay, this song was actually, it was not really, it's not bad either. It's another one of those like songs that like kind of like it kind of it kind of reminds me of Take My Hand from Self Titled as well. It's like one of those like kind of like anthem songs, I guess, if you want to call it that. I don't really know if you would call it that. But the meaning of this song can be summed up in 4 words. Fame or money is not everything. And this is how Pierre feels about this song. The idea behind this song is basically that you can have all these things. You can have money, you can have cars, you can have champagne, and all that stuff. But if you're not with someone who you love, or you're not surrounded by people that you love, you're really just a loser. I can actually identify to the song lyrically also in another meaning. I feel that our band, if we didn't have you guys, if we didn't have the fans, if we didn't have people to support us, no matter how successful we might be, we'd be just losers. And I think that's like every band, to be honest with you. It's like, it's like, it's always that one saying, it's like, money can't buy happiness. Um, and it's like, that's very, very true. And it's like, I didn't think about that in a way. But like when I saw the meaning for the song, like Pierre was saying about like, you can have like, the money, the cars, the champagne, the women, and all that stuff. But it's like, if you don't have all, it's like, if you don't have the people that have supported you along the way, or like somebody who doesn't really love you, it's like you're just gonna be like a loser, and you would just feel like a loser. Um, I can kind of relate to that, but it's like at the exact same time I can't. Um, but it's like it's one of those songs like it kind of hits deep. It kind of hits home for some people. Um, I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. She gave it a 10 out of 10, which I'm like to each their own. She would probably be very really surprised that I gave it like a 9.5 out of 10, which I mean to be honest, we've been doing this for two years now, and like and um, and she shouldn't be shocked by this point. Okay, track number 6, Anywhere Else But Here. Now, she didn't really like this song. She didn't really enjoy it, but I did. I didn't really, I didn't really give it a fair shot. But I think like when I listened to it the second time around with her, um, I think I gave it more of a fair shake. Uh, I think she would say like this one's kind of like a weak link of the album. Like really didn't really need to be there. Um, I could probably say that about the one of the other songs that's like gonna be on later on in this list. But anywhere else but here, it's about wanting to escape the daily routine that one hates and just to be free and spend time at any other place but here. Now, like if you really want to think like psychologically and like deep thinking with it, like like a dream state. Um, you could really probably put it into that kind of aspect if you really want to take it that far. Because we all have a job that we hate in our daily lives. Um, Nobody's gonna probably say yes and or no about the yes, no, or buts about it. um, but like, I didn't really think about that when I saw the meaning for it. I was like, oh, okay. Um, I mean, plus it's like it's kind of self-explanatory too. Like I think all these songs are kind of self-explanatory if you think about it. Um, I gave it an 8 out of 10. She gave it a 6 out of 10, which it's not bad, but it's like she would say like it's a weak link of the album. I kind of agree with her on that, but I think she would probably have to like, give it another chance, and then she'll probably put it a little bit higher. But that's just her ranking. That's not mine. Okay, on to track number 7, "Freaking Me Out," which has Alex G from All Time Low on it, which another great fucking singer. And this one, I had to do some starred pages on for some of these, which they didn't have really a meaning for sometimes. So, the meaning of this song, "Freaking Me Out," it kind of talks when you have a friend or a girlfriend or boyfriend, family member or whatever, someone that you are really tight with, and then suddenly they completely change and become a totally new weird person. And you're like, you're not the person I used to know. You change completely, and you're probably for the worse. And you have just become a shadow of your former self. This is what Chuck had said. Like some of the song lyrics is like, "What the hell's going on? Have you gone undercover? You were here, now you're not, replaced by another. Um, think you're real, but you're fake. Think you're deep, but you're shallow. You've become what you hate. Now you're lost, just a shadow." It's like some of these it's like it's in like today's society too. Like you have like this friend or this like long lost colleague or whatever, like like you went to high school with them, but then it's like like they completely change like by the time they come back for like their high school reunion or something, or like they're like your best friends in kindergarten, and it's like when they completely glow up and grow up into high school, all that stuff. It's like man, like you completely changed, like what happened to you? We can all relate to that in some aspect of our lives. Um, I think we, I think we've both, me and Marissa both have, with one friend specifically that we don't really talk to anymore, um, because they were a completely piece of shit. Um, but yeah, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. She gave it a 7 out of 10. Um, I was trying to rate these songs like based on how I liked them. Just and not trying to base it on like, well, okay, this is what like okay, this is what the people don't like, and also so it's like I'm gonna base it on that. Like no, like I'm just basing mine off of like how I enjoyed it, how I enjoyed the album, and how I enjoyed the song in the lyrical content, which I try to go into these like with a grain of salt. um. So yeah, okay. So now we're on to track number 8, "Summer Paradise," featuring Kwan. I'm probably pronouncing that way wrong, but let me know in the comments. Uh, so I didn't really enjoy this one, to be honest with you. It's not really like one of the songs that like should be on the album, sort of thing. Um, I just didn't really enjoyed it. Uh, I think it was one of those. It's like for the time being, it's very poppy and it's like very like I kind of enjoyed the other one that we listened to with on Summer Paradise one. Um, I think that other one should have been on this one. Um, I'm just probably gonna be short and sweet on that. Like I didn't really enjoy that song. I think it could have just been without it, to be honest with you. Um, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, and she gave it an 8.5 out of 10. She's been very, very graceful with this one. Um, yeah, it's just like I said, like it was just one of those songs like I just didn't really care for. That sucks to say. Like I didn't really care for a song on the Simple Plan album, but there's a lot of songs that we don't really like on a lot of things. So, all right, track number 9, Gone Too Soon. Now this one kind of hits home a little bit. It's like one of those songs that it's like you could take that like so many different ways too. But this is what Chuck had to say on this. We kind of came up with the song around the time when a lot of great talented young artists or actresses or musicians were dying all over the place because of drugs and suicides. And we just thought it was so sad to see that. So much talent kind of being wasted like that. That was the inspiration. And also, obviously, in our families throughout the years, we've lost a lot of great people and great friends. So the song is like a combination of all of that. It's a very simple song about missing someone who's gone. And we can all relate to that as well. There was two friends of mine that I keep bringing up sometimes on our episodes. Excuse me. And like they were gone way too soon. My one of my friends in high school, or two of my friends in high school, I should say. One had died of cancer. One had died through a road accident. And they were like not even like into their 20s, and then they passed. And it's like one of those things like you still kind of think about to this day. With a lot of things. Um, it's like you just don't know. Like it's like you don't want to take your life for granted because then it's like it'll be gone all too soon. Because like your today could be your last day, and it's like you just never know what it's gonna be like the next day. Um, but it was kind of interesting little tidbit that they said like around the time when like a lot of great talented young artists, actresses, and musicians were dying all over the place because of drugs and suicides, and that's like a lot of today's music as well. Like with like a lot of wrestlers too. Like like within the last few years, we've lost Brody Lee, Bray Wyatt. We've lost like a pretty good like few like good like noticeable names, and it's like it's sad to see him go because like they were like all like really young, like they didn't even hit their stride yet, and it's just like they're just gone like that, and um, it's it's so heartbreaking and sad to talk about that, but it's like you gotta talk about it at some point. Um, I gave this song a 9 out of 10, and she gave it a 10 out of 10. I think this one kind of hits home for Marissa a little bit because she knows somebody that was gone a little bit too soon. Somebody that she's actually told me about before, which I will not say because that's privacy issues. Um, but yeah, she's talked about that person off the pod, and I do wish their family deepest condolences. Even though like it's been a few years removed, but we at the Reckless Paradise podcast wish them condolences. Um, and let them keep spreading their their life. Excuse me. All right, last two songs. Um, Track number 10, Last One Standing. Now this one is it was kind of different. I'm not saying it's different in like a bad way. It was just like I could not find a song meaning on this one, but I'm going to try to do that right now. Um, Also, how's y'all's day been, huh? Hopefully it's going good. Hopefully it's going good. Okay, so I had to go to song meanings for this one. Thank you, song meanings. Um, Somebody's interpretation said this song is about standing strong and surviving the onslaught of people who try and tear us down and make us into what they want us to be or do what they want us to do. In the end, they will be the last one standing after all those who want to hurt them fall. This song, of course, could be about parents, friends, society in general, pressure from gangs, anyone at all. I kind of liked this person's interpretation of it because it's like sometimes it's we get peer pressured by a lot of things, like especially in today's society. Um, but if you have the right mentality, if you have the right mindset, you can rise above the rest, and you'll be standing tall to do so. Um, it's kind of one of those songs like it's very upbeat. It's I guess if you want to call it that. It's kind of like an anthem song if you really want to think about it. Um, which I mean, like I'm not really against that because it's like it's like we always have those anthem songs. Um, I think, and I'll circle back to what I said at the beginning of it later on. But this one was like really, really impactful. I really enjoyed it. Okay, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I think Marissa's gonna hate me, but I didn't really enjoy it the first time around. I really kind of enjoyed it a little bit more the second time around. Maybe if I listen to it a little bit more, maybe I'll give it a higher rating. But for now, I'm good with 8.5. But she gave it a 10 out of 10, which like that's good. I really hopefully she really enjoys it because I think this whole and plus she said this whole album like she really enjoyed it except for like maybe two songs. That's it. The rest of them were like bangers to her. Okay. And okay, on to the final track. This song saved my life. Now, if that doesn't say anything self-explanatory, I mean, like, come on. Um, it's it's again, it's like one of those like songs. It's like the Save You song from self-titled. Um, like if you really want to look into the lyrics here, I wanted to start letting you know this because of you. My life has a purpose. You help me be who I am today. I see myself in every word you say. Um, Sometimes I feel like you've known me forever. You always know how to make me feel better. Because of you, my dad and me were so much closer than we used to be. Um, Also, if you kind of recall to the self-titled one as well, it's like the that song, the "How Could This Happen to Me" song. Um, so there's really no real need to say what the song means. It's very straightforward. The song was written by the band for us, the fans. The band has always received letter and mail from fans saying how Simple Plan songs have saved their lives. So a while back, when they were writing the new album, Get Your Heart On, they asked on Twitter for fans to send in their stories, anything really, and they wrote a song based on what they received. They even invite some fans to sing on the song. Astronauts know what I mean. so it's not really a direct response to Perfect. Um, I've always compared Perfect and this song Saves My Life kind of like equals because it's like one of those songs like it kind of like pulls at your heartstrings a little bit, which I didn't really know that they invited some of the fans to sing on the song. That's awesome. Um, it's like it's a perfect closer. It's a perfect closer for a really good album. I gave this song a 9.5 out of 10. She gave it a 10 out of 10. Um, which the last three songs for her, like those are like really really good like songs for her. They kind of encapsulate what she was, I guess, going through at the time too when she was when we were doing the breakdown notes for this. Um, and it's like it's perfect opener, perfect closer. Everything in between was really good. The only one like song for me that I didn't really like was Summer Paradise on this one. I'd probably prefer the other Summer Paradise one. That could have probably been on this one. It would have been way better. But with that being said, let's go to our overall ratings. So she got a 90.4. I did a 93.6. This one is really high up there with, I'm gonna say it's uh, the one of the Pink Floyd albums, one of the Billy Talent albums. This one's like in easily like top five of my greatest albums of all time. She's probably gonna be really surprised and shocked that I ranked it so high, but it was because of Can't Keep My Hands Off of You, Astronaut, Loser of the Year, Jet Lag, Gone Too Soon, and this song Saved My Life. That whole six songs right there, that ranked it so high on my list. Um, I do really understand why she said that this album was like the best album to her of all time. I still think it's self-titled to me, but given and given the circumstances that I had at my disposal at this time, excuse me, and just re-listening to it again because the first time I didn't really give it a fair shot. I thought it was just too poppy. I thought it was just too, like 2010s, like 2012, era. And then gave it a second chance. Really enjoyed it the second time. Just let my brain turn off and all that stuff. But yeah, so let me ask you a question, guys, for the comments in below. How would you rank these songs from a scale of 1 to 10? Let us know in the comments down below. Okay, now, this coming Sunday, it is Easter time, baby. It is Easter month, and we are going to be doing a Easter candies episode. Now, I had to do some research on this, and I had to come up with like 3 top candies in the U.S. and all that stuff. I gave Marissa the 3 answers that I found, and we will go into deep detail on each one of them on Easter Sunday, so you do not want to miss it. And tonight is my song of the night. So I am going to just keep with the Simple Plan train. I am going to do Astronaut from Simple Plan because it is a really kick-ass song, and I don't really care what else everybody has to say. No, but seriously, I'm gonna go with Astronaut because it kind of like has to fit with the vibe that I was going with tonight. Not very somber, but just trying to like speak to the fans, like just like let the people know like what I had to say on some of these songs. I had to go to starred pages for some of these because I didn't really find a good meaning for them, so I had to come up with it on the fly, which that's always fine. We always try to like shoot from the hip here. um, so, with that being said, thank you very, very much for joining us tonight. Please make sure to follow us on social media. We always have a link tree in our description in the bottom of the episode. We have YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, a Reddit page. I have my social media on there as well. I also have my own YouTube page, my personal gaming YouTube channel. We always do fun and crazy shit there. And at the time of recording right now, I'm at 1,266 subscribers right now. The goal is to hit 1,300 by the end of April, which is not too far away. So, with that being said, please go subscribe to my channel. Marissa and Ken's is always on there sometimes too. We always play. We've been trying to play a lot of GTA a lot within the last few days. We were trying to play 2K24, but the damn servers kept shutting down, and we were super pissed about that. So we just went on to GTA one night and just did whatever we wanted to do. We just played GTA last night. We were going to do something tonight, but plans ended up changing because you got sick, which that's really not up to us how to do that. We're gonna try to play GTA tomorrow night. See how the cards go on that. But we will let you guys know if anything else happens. Hopefully, I don't have to do solo dolo on Sunday's episode. But yeah, with that being said, go listen to tonight's Song of the Night, Astronaut by Simple Plan, and that's it. We will see you guys this Sunday for the Easter episode. Peace!